On a dead world, under a blackened, corrupted sky, a lone cabin sits on gray sand. This is my world. Years I've spent here, believing myself the last soul on this cracked, toxic earth. The silence was my only companion, the swirling dust storms my only visitors. Each day bled into the next, marked only by the rise and fall of a dying sun that bathed the barren wasteland in a constant, mournful red glow. My home, a fortified bunker built from scrap and stone, was my tomb. I was a hermit, a ghost haunting the ruins of a forgotten time, my past a memory I tried to bury beneath the ashen soil. Then, one day, the silence shattered. A knock, a firm, deliberate knocking echoed through my steel door. It was a sound I hadn't heard in years, a sound that made my heart hammer against my ribs. I gripped my tools, my knuckles white. Who could possibly be out there? Cautiously, I unlatched the heavy metal door, the rusted hinges creaking in protest. I peered out, my eyes squinting against the glare of the horizon, and what I saw made the air freeze in my lungs. 3 figures stood before me, their silhouettes tall and imposing against the dying light. They were huntresses, their armor ornate but battle-worn, glinting even in the dim twilight. Tribal tattoos marked their skin, their braided hair whipping in the toxic winds. They carried ancient weapons, glowing spears that illuminated their solemn, determined faces. Their presence was a stark contrast to the desolation around them, a sudden shocking splash of life in a world of death. I, in my tattered clothes, felt dwarfed by their towering, confident presence. I clutched the doorframe for support, my mind struggling to process the impossible sight. But it wasn't just the huntresses. Standing between them, hiding shyly behind their cloaks, were 2 small figures. 2 children. Toddlers, wrapped in furs with nervous expressions and eyes that glowed. They glowed with the same strange light as my own. My breath caught in my throat. The lead huntress stepped forward. Her voice was calm, yet carried the weight of a decree. She gestured to the 2 young hybrids, who clutched small bags of their belongings. In unison, the 3 huntresses spoke, their words cutting through the howling wind, their voices a ceremonial chant that would change my world forever. "Meet your children." I stumbled backward in disbelief, my face going pale. The huntress leader gently pushed the brave young children toward me. One of them held out a pendant, an ancient relic I recognized with a jolt that shook me to my core. They were mine. This was my legacy. The isolation I had wrapped myself in for so long was torn away. My lonely world, my quiet tomb, was suddenly filled with a terrifying, overwhelming truth. They placed a child in my trembling arms. I dropped to my knees on the cracked stone, the weight of a future I never knew I had settling upon me. Before me, the 3 huntresses bowed in an ancient ritual, their duty done. And I, the last man on a dead world, was no longer alone.